Joining us now, we've got a floral designer, Daryl Wiseman. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
Beautiful arrangement of flowers on the set right now. So what flowers actually do best when it gets so hot out there?
Well, if you're having an outdoor party, I would suggest sunflowers or lilies. And they're easy to care for, and you can pick them up almost any place, supermarket or whatever, where you buy your flowers. Also, there's a lot of flowers that you can find, like the mums. Hydrangeas people love, and that's kind of difficult because the hydrangeas that last the best are not these. They're the ones that are woody stem, and these are the ones you find locally, but the woody stem ones you usually find in someone's yard, or you can grow them if you'd like to.
We're talking about things that grow in the yard. I know I have a couple of hydrangea bushes. Now, what about cutting? How can you cut them the right way in terms of the woody stems and bring them indoors to make them live for a while?
Well, what you do is you need to soak them head first, just for a minute. Now, the woody stem one's not too long. Now, if they are just a regular hydrangea, you take these and you stick them under water for 30 minutes or so, and let them, they're hydrangeas, they want to hydrate.
Oh, makes sense.
So, yes, it does.
So what about roses? Everyone loves roses. How do they fare in the heat?
Well, they do pretty well, but if you're, like I said, I'm thinking that you're cutting things or buying things for outdoor parties or outdoor events, get roses that have a high petal count, the larger open roses. People go into places to buy flowers, and they pick the roses that maybe are the most closed. Don't do that. Get the roses that are starting to open at least, and then you have a better chance of, getting them to last longer. Also, the flower food that they give you, do not use that, because if the flowers are already in water when you purchase them, because it's like taking too much medication. A human being is just like that. It'll burn the ends and really makes red roses look bad.
Okay, well, let's talk about trying to extend the life of these things. Because, I have a yard, I put the sprinklers on, it feeds the grass, but do plants and flowering plants have the same water requirements as, say, Bermuda or zoysia grass does?
No. They have more.
More.
They really need to be high, especially in our climate. And you need to water in the morning typically. And when you water like hydrangeas and sunflowers that are the more substantial flowers, you need to hydrate from the top, because hydrangea means hydrate. Lilies, from the top, not just the root area, not just the bottom, not that near the soil.
And why is that? They actually absorb water through their leaves?
They be hydrated. And you have to have things in shade, a lot of things in shade. There are some things that they can advise you at your garden center to grow in the heat, and some things will, some things won't.
Now, we talk about the heat, and let's say we didn't follow all the great advice you just said, and your flowers do run into problems with the heat. Are there ways to revive them?
Well, you can recut. One way is to change the water. You might get lucky. Shorten the stems. And the shorter the stem, if you're doing something like this, like I did these 4 vases that could go down the table, very simple. You put all one kind of flower. You can pick that up. That's easy to do. And in the heat, you need to keep changing the water as well, or anytime you get flowers. You get flowers as a gift. Change the water, because that's where the bacteria grows from the flowers in the water. So change them at least every 2 days, if not every day. And just pick it up, carefully pour the water out, or flush it in the sink, one or the other.
And Daryl, a lot of times people are trying to save money instead of going out and buy flowers. Why can't they grow their own? What's the most economical way to put things in the garden that you can cut and bring in the house for enjoyment?
Well, I think one thing that I do is that when we buy hydrangeas, and we can sometimes don't have enough, and we'll cut the blooms off of plants, use them as a cut flower, and then plant the plant. So you can do that with about everything, And of course, there's a lot of bulbs and things like that. You just need to get advice, probably, to read and research. Now, a lot of foliages, like camellia foliage. There's a flower called this is magnolia, camellia bushes. You need to grow things also in your yard that there's nothing wrong with all greenery arrangement, with a few flowers in it.